What up, y'all? It's Ibn Darrell, San Queen, know what I'm saying? WG on Honor. Honor. Slaid is Arabic, right? And I'm the founder of No More Suits. I literally founded No More Suits. I founded it. Feel me? I found it in here. I found No More Suits in here. So I'm the founder because I founded No More Suits up in here. IPO, I'm new to the market, no prospectus. I keep them guessing right like a Harlem native. They don't even know I'm poetic. Huh? Bro. Literally founded it. I founded No More Suits in here. Feel me? So you go get Book of Rhymes, you can get the authenticated Carolinian seal. Look at the detail. Once you see the detail, you feel me? That's the original Carolinian seal. Damn. Yeah. That's our original seal. And it's authenticated. You know what I mean? That's authenticated. It's a code that we always live by. It's the mother, the father, the son, the daughter. That's the 4 types of humans, right? That's like when you break down humanity, there's 4 segues: a mother, a father, a son, and a daughter. You feel me? Now, us real niggas, we become the fathers, and the sons become the fathers, and the daughters become the mothers if they granted that opportunity. You know what I mean? So y'all go get this. You can get it directly off the No More Suits website. This is Book of Rhymes. Recite the poem. Do the No More Suits poem. And shout out to my best friend. Nana. We went to members only. No more suits, no more ties. I'm in my hoodie. Hidden gems. They only listen to you when you cleaned up. Robes on like the biblical days. Knowledge is king. I'm in my hoodie, so they overlooking me. I guess I'm speaking in codes. I feel for the homeless. They without food, but they got the most fruit. I'm speaking loud, but I'm on mute, cause you ain't got on your blue suit. You not in corporate office, so you a failure. I came back to the trenches, cause it's hell here. I wonder when Jesus went to hell, was he walking on earth? Faced the evils of the peoples. Jesus never wore suits, but he spoke the truth. Mike seen the kids in the street without enough to eat. Salaries not helping the people in need, so they need me. Food for thought. I'm planting seeds in concrete, hoping people see. I'm hoping they read what's written in the trees. I say no more suits, no more ties. I'm just speaking that truth till I die. Allah. Inshallah. You feel me? Man, so No More Suits became this publishing house, publishing company that, you know, I really take a lot of pride in building and developing. It's like when you look in the law dictionary, I got one right here. That's crazy. I wonder if they got alter ego in here. And this one, I know they got it in the black law, but this is Barron's law. And they talk about the alter ego being like the corporation. So it's the corporate side of the human. And it derives from like the temple of man and the temple of woman, like, so for women, like women, you literally can build corporations. The key word in it is corp. It's what Nipsey did with the marathon. You feel what I mean? So the marathon is symbolic of his life. You feel me? like he said in his last project, Prolific, put his life in these, in these rhymes. Alter ego, let me see. Alter ego right there. Can't make this up. Let's see what it say. I haven't read it in here. I didn't even know it was in here. That book just happened to be right there. As I'm rambling about this company, it says alter ego, Latin, the other self. It literally say that. Under the doctrine of alter ego, law will disregard the limited personal liability one enjoys when he or she, was we not just talking about that shit, acts in a corporate capacity and will regard the act as his or her personal responsibility to invoke the doctrine. It must be shown that the corporation was a mere conduit of the transaction of private business and that no separate identity of the individual or the corporation really existed. That's the alter ego. So with No More Suits, I created that before I even knew about the alter ego and whatever. I created it because I found it. I found it in my mind, like for real. My mind in the form of these rhymes, book of rhymes. Dang, Nas, this can't be my book of rhymes, signed and sealed by the Carolinian Navy SEAL, because it came through our ports for real. Printed in Colombia. They was printed in Colombia and came through the ports of Charleston. It's Charleston. That's what that is, Charleston. Like how they got Charlottetown, Virginia, it's Charleston. That's where we at. Yeah. Colombia. I just left Colombia. I just fell in love with a Cuban. And she don't even speak English. She don't speak English. I gotta speak sign language to her. Feel me? Nah, I'm teaching her. Nah, feel me? Man. So how does it feel to be a Carolinian for real with the Navy SEAL, with the Carolinian SEAL? I mean, it's been a journey. Like it's been a journey, and really, it's a journey of learning thyself and learning that you could do that, and learning how the authentication process worked, and the procedures the layers, like actually having to go to Raleigh, like go to the Secretary of State, you feel what I'm saying, and go, to my home village and like pretty much just backtrack everywhere that the rail went. You feel what I'm saying? Everywhere that the rail went, and to be on this journey to learn the self, I understand, and I want to give homage to the master teacher, the master grappler, the master kung fu, you know what I'm saying? Magi warrior, Infudisi Jehutimus, because Infudisi was the one that introduced to us the concept of God. I just lost my train of thought. Boom, that's it. That's what the train of thought is. What I'm talking about is the Netcheru. That's where I was getting at. So the Netcheru is like creation, looking back on what it created. The creator is creating, and that's the Netcher, because it comes out of the Netcher. You feel me? And that is what this is, like, that's meta Netcher there. You feel me? There's all source, everything from within. Everything is like if we boxed ourselves in, we still are able to get liquid assets. You feel me? That's representing the commodities in hand. You feel what I'm saying? That we adding. As whether it's a book, that could be a book. That could be corn. That could be sweet potato. I'm growing sweet potatoes. That can be, it could be cars. Look at it. That's the abundance. This is the abundance, and it's all coming from you. Don't have to leave all money in. That's what that is. You feel me? So I don't think I've ever explained that, but that's the original symbol for No More Suits, and that was where we were. That's what we were founded on. That's the principle that we were founded on, and like I just think back to when I was a senior in college, and when I was in my senior year in college, I was like really desperate to land a job because my line brother, he had got on with Bank of America, and to me that was big because it's like Rick was in the trenches with us. So when he first got on to BOA, and they was before me, so I had to see it, and that goes that goes back even to my high school career, coming from where I came from, North Winston. It was a lot of talk, and I'm getting back to the point, but there was a lot of talk about Reagan with this last incident. They make everything about racism, and I'm like, no, bullying is not, that don't equate to racism, because what if it was some niggas that was bullying the young niggas? And you know what I'm saying? And the people at Reagan know what I'm talking about, and I can speak on this because I was in them locker rooms, you feel me? Them same locker rooms, you feel me? So anyway, everything not racism. And when I was at Reagan, it was brothers that influenced me to go to college, namely Charles Gray, Enoch Young, Chris Walker, you feel me? Namely them. Those is who motivated me to be better and to just, there's more out here in the world that you can do to make your mama proud, because that's when your mama, my mama, that's the alarm clock. And we got the alarm clock, Carolinian Chill too. So I was destined to be somebody, and where I'm going at is just okay, so boom, that got me into college. Now I'm in college, and I'm seeing this is like getting an NIL deal before the NIL deal. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, bro. Bro, we literally was in the trenches together. Real shit. Now you flying to Germany? That shit crazy. So I wanted that. But I feel like what God was doing with me was yeah, we gonna show you that. You feel me? We gonna let you know, yo, yeah, that's out here. Yeah, for sure. Get that bag. But we gonna say, for you gotta motherfucking box yourself in to get that bag. Box yourself in. You can't go outside of your box. Your box is your seal. You feel what I'm saying? Whew. That's crazy. So that was where, that's the realness behind No More Suits. That's the realness behind it. So that's what No More Suits is, the box, because it's when you say No More Suits, you can't say that up in these and Goldman Sachs. You can't say that at JP Morgan. You cannot say that shit. And if you know Robert F. Smith's story, his story is similar. He was at Goldman Sachs, but then he started Vista Equity, and nobody understood what he was doing, but how everything is digital now. Rod, I said Rod, Rod F. Hayes, my nigga. You feel me? And so, like, and I met Robert Smith, so you got to get the alarm clock. But I think that was my calling. I just remember like just trying to apply to all these jobs, and I didn't realize that I was the job. And when you build books, like, cause that's what we're doing now at No More Suits. Like, we're studying books. We literally studying books. This see, like even this, you see how the pages is falling out, but we referenced it, so it's still an asset. We referenced it. We didn't go on Google. We referenced it. Google, for my real scholars, Google is the index. You feel me? Google is the index, and if you in a dictionary, Google is the letter. You feel me? So if you want to look up alter ego, you gotta go to the A section. So type in A. You know what I mean? And then go to the ALs. Allahu Akbar. You feel me? So that was why No More Suits was started, was because I wanted to represent the people who could not get those corporate jobs. That was why initially we started the company. And like how it said in the definition of alter ego, this is not for me to benefit directly, but it's like it's not my like I didn't start No More Suits to cheat the system. That wasn't what it was for. It was more so a religious assembly that was done to create an environment, like, and the thing is, like, it may take lifetimes for your idea to really fully materialize, like how the vision that was given and bestowed unto you may manifest. But do you give up on it? If do you love what you do so much, or your vision, your calling, your purpose so much that you won't see it in your lifetime and you still be dedicated to it? That's the ultimate test of what we really getting at here. Like, if you are okay with not seeing your vision fully manifest, are you still gonna dedicate? They gonna call, like, and I talk about this in the alarm clock. I'm like, they gonna call you crazy when you create your own shit. They gonna call you crazy. This is literally, look, I can reference it off my arm. It's literally in Emancipation Proclamation. And today we went to the Denmark Vesey statue, and one of the things that I observed, as I was looking for the statue, and was that what if he wasn't trying to physically free the slaves, but like in their narrative of who this man was, I think his name was Enrique, I think that was his real name, something there about. But they wanted to create the Denmark Vesey story. But Enrique's story is different from what he would have said. With, his reality. They, like, when I went to his monument today, they said, well, maybe he was from the Caribbean islands, maybe he was from Africa. The brother could have been from right here. You feel me? But he not here to tell it. However, it's like the name Denmark Vesey is a reference point to the rest of the material dealing with the man living, the living and breathing man that actually lived and existed here in the Low Country. So that's why it's important for us to write. So right now with No More Suits, I'm just like the sole author right now, creating a blueprint for future, like, and honestly, I would like to say that we're not really, we don't want to be liable for author publications. That's where the limited liability comes into play at, because our goal is to more so consult. I think that that is more of what No More Suits Publishing Company is. We're more of a consultant company, more so than a press. And it's a huge difference, but they work hand in hand, right? And so that's kind of what where we at now with it. And so like consultant can be like, okay, these are your area, these are your hot spots, these are your guaranteed markets that will guarantee support your project, right? That's where we at. And knowing that you know how to gild towards that audience. How do you gild towards that audience? Well, now you focus on the aesthetic. I just had to pause because I'm proud of myself. Like, I'm glad I'm recording this moment because I have been in a sluggish mindset, and it's not, what I've realized is that it's not me. And I've realized this like eternally a long time ago. I'm like, yo, it's not me that is, it is me. It is me. Let me back up. Let me correct myself. It is me. I don't put the blame on nobody but myself, because I let spirits get to me and make me feel sluggish. Like, I shouldn't be doing this. I ain't doing enough. I'm like, man, no. I'm this, I'm that. Like, no. So I'm like, I'm just happy. Like, ever since my mom died, that energy has been around, and I'm 17 years in on that. So like, I got real shit I gotta heal from, and I'm happy because I'm pursuing what's making me happy. And that's legitimately in the Declaration of Independence that was declared officially 250 years ago. And here I am 250 years later, living in my happiness, like choosing what makes me happy. And that's being an author and like being an artist of words and living by the word. Literally, I am legitimately living off of my word. My word is my bond, and my I'm like I've again. It speaks volumes to it. Like I used to ride on buses. Dang. Foreign seats is comfortable. I used to ride on buses. East. Man, that's crazy. So yeah, y'all can get this joint. You can literally get this copy and it's signed. It's signed. You feel me? That's the most beautiful thing about it. Now, what I will say, what I will be doing is when I send it out to you, it's gonna have the postage stamps in here, the Ali postage stamps. So just look at it like this. When you buy it, the stamps, we're gonna stamp it with Ali stamp and then put the date of shipment on there. You feel what I'm saying? And that's gonna be on the front and then on the back too. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, this is the Carolinian books. It's all, again, it's all in. It's all in Carolina. Like, you feel me? I did not seal for the record. I did not seal this myself. You can't do that. That's like, you can't. That's technically fraud. That's technically fraud. But this Constitution talks about the seal of the Palanate, the daughter, right here. Okay, wow, I turned right to it. So it says that any lord of a manor may alienate, sell, or dispose of to any other person or his heirs forever his manor, all entirely together, with all the privileges and leatmen thereto belonging, so forth, as so any other colony lands, but no grant of any part thereof, either fee or longer term than 3 lives or 21 years shall be good against the next heir, neither shall a manor want for issue male be divided amongst co-heirs, but the manor, if there be but one, shall entirely descend to the eldest daughter and her heirs. Whoa. If there be no more manors than one in the possession of the deceased, the eldest sister shall have her choice, the second next, and so on, being against at the eldest, till all the manors be taken up, so that the privileges which belongs to the manor be indivisible, and the lands of the manors which they are annexed be kept entire, and the manor not lose those privileges which upon the parceling out of the several owners necessary shall cease. So the other day I made a post about the black woman running the planet, and I got unfollows. They did not like when I said that. They didn't like, and I had to say it because it's just a fact. You like, I done been on private islands where it's guarded by black women. You feel what I'm saying? You go to what they call and I'm just saying this just to dumb down for my audience, the whitest of the whitest communities, but then you go to the daycares and And these women look good. So the women is the caretaker. You go to in the CNA room, you go to any assisted living care, the sisters. You go into any government municipality, the deltas. Duck walking to the clerk, to the what you call it. They duck walking to the window. You feel what I'm saying? In the courts. Big Mama and them. You go to the you go down to the bank. Tell Rochelle call me. Tell her call Quinn. Tell her when you go to the bank, you tell Rochelle, you say, Quentin said call him. You said call him directly. He got to talk to you about something. Yeah. Right here. It's right here. Fact 34. That's the Tray 4. This is Article 34. I'm right here. I didn't turn no pages. I'm right here. 34. This the Tray 4. This is why they call it the Tray 4. This is in 1669, my nigga. 1669. You know what I mean? We coming up on 400 years. It says the Chancellor Court, consisting of one of the proprietors, his 6 counselors, who shall be called vice chancellors. You feel me, Lord? And the vice lords shall have the custody of the seal of the Palatinate. You can call it in feminine, like, because it's a feminine term because it N and the E. Because the Palatin would be, the masculine. But the Palatinate, Palinate, Paula Patton. R.I.P. to Dolly Parton. Now notice how they all going crazy over Dolly. She don't have no heirs. So now they say you go to the sister, Dolly World. Now, I'm going to say this. I think she got some Negro blood. And I think she got some Cherokee blood. I think Dolly Parton do. I think they know why talking about it, but I think she do because in that area where she's from is actually ancient. Those are actually ancient metropolis like Fort Loudoun and the Loudoun River and the Little Tennessee River. Yeah, do your homework. And Sam Houston, who Houston is named after, was actually a Cherokee. His mama was a Cherokee. You feel what I'm saying? See, now it's about the mama line. It just told you that. It said, and her heirs. So Sam Houston is an heir to an Anianwea, to the... You feel what I mean? She would say. Now my daughter was born not too far from where Dolly Parton born. My eldest daughter, that's her artwork. Actually, that's my son artwork. My daughter artwork is right there. Yeah. And the details is out this world. It's out this world. Did she go out there? Good. Okay. So it says here, and it just told you that the seal shall have custody over the seal. So I just followed the instructions and boom. I'm telling you, this is, and for my Carolinians, this is your seal. This is your birth. All you have to do to get access to the seal, your seal, is to act on your birthright. That's We not here long. So just imagine if I would have never done any, like, you feel me? That seal is ancient. This say 1669, bro. So over 400 years ago, that seal was already in rotation for 400 plus years before that. Yeah, do you understand? It's always been, for as long as it's been mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters. So that's exercising your birthright. Part of exercising your birthright is you gotta know how to. Hey, Allah, and if you didn't, that's why they say judge a man by his fruit, the fruit of his labor. They ain't want to just, they had to keep it PG. But you feel what I'm saying? The fruit gonna fall from the tree. Now you're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to break the branch off. You're supposed to let it dry. You gotta let it dry off. Cause when it falls off, you feel what I'm saying? Now that's the natural process, the nature. It's the nature. It's what we talking about, Big Mom. You know what I mean? They cut me out the rail. They cut me out of her. That's why she bleeding right there. But if you look close into the detail, it's the flower de Luis. It's the flower de Luis, the real Luis. All right, look. So we're gonna finish reading this, right? Now, how many of y'all knew that term? Palatinate. The Palatinate. The, what'd I say? Palatinate? What did I say? Palintinade? Nate? Tinate. Palatinate. 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 So that's a feminine. So that's letting you know that that's it. Under which all charters of lands or otherwise commissions and grants of the Palatine. You see, it say Palatine right there. It don't say the Palatinate. It say the Palatine. Court shall pass, etc. To this court belongs all state Now, this is fact 34. You got to read, because this is buffering up to this. So it's letting you know the role of each court, of each office. It's letting you know who the Palatinate. I'm going to have to take y'all so y'all can see the back of the seal, right? Because the back of the seal is in the museum. The front, the seal, this seal, and the back of it is in the, you feel me? So it's going off of 8 estates. And each different 8 had a different role, you feel me? And so now what this is telling you what the roles of each one is, and the main one, so it's really 7 and 1 Palatinate. You feel what I mean? And so you gotta get the 9. This is a 9 flip code because I'm a gorilla 8. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a gorilla 8. I'm a gorilla. You feel me? I'm a Trefo gorilla. I just went through the jungle. That was what it was. I had to go through the jungle in order to get my stripes. Because I was at my mama's house, but I had to learn how to fight. In the still of the night. It says this, that to this court also belongs all state matters, dispatches, go get my book, The Golden Laws of Dispatching. It's in Arabic. It's the only book on the No More Sue site that's in Arabic. And they haven't came in yet, but when they come in, they're gonna be authenticated. You understand? They gonna be authenticated before they get to us. They're gonna be authenticated before they get to us. Because that's how we got it. It's the future. Now you can get them non-authenticated for a cheaper price. You feel what I'm saying? But the authenticated ones, you know, they gonna be authenticated before I sign it. So it's for your director. It says, to this court, all state matters treaties with the neighboring Indians. So look at this, like I'm reading to my children now about England and Henry VIII and how Henry VIII was trying to take over Scotland, and that was their neighbors and shit. And France is their neighbors too by the, the English Channel. So right here is saying the neighboring Indians are neighbor with the neighbor Indians, right? So for me, I got royalty on both ends of the shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's the depthness of it. Or any other, so far is permitted by our charter from our sovereign Lord, the King. To this office also belongs the innovations, bro. So I scratched the, so I didn't say the, maybe I did, I don't remember. But I was talking about how No More Seuss is an innovation company. Innovations of the law, of liberty, of conscience, and all disturbances of the public peace upon the pretense of religion, as also the license of printing. The 12 assistants belonging to this court shall be called the court. The recorders. That is cool. It's almost like when I read this, it's like I'm living it, and then it's telling me the law that I'm living by, that I'm already living by. You feel what I'm saying? So this don't. It's like the fruit of the spirit that. Google it. Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, long suffering. I was talking about earlier how I've been going through this shit since my mom died. And it's not necessarily me losing her, but it's that projection of like, you all right, bro? You good? You need me to pray for you? No, bitch, I don't need you to pray for me. I'm motherfucker. Am I good? No, obviously I'm not good, but don't project me not being good onto me. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not gonna dwell on that. I'm like, no, we painting pictures. We building printing company. Come on. Don't talk. Like, we got work to do. You talking to me about it. So, I don't want everybody to pray for me. Because it's people that'll pray for you, that'll pray on you. That's why you know what I'm saying? That's why they call them predators. But, yeah, that's it. That's the seal. That's it. It's real. That's what they talking about. That's what the history is. The depthness of this shit is. So, I'm grateful that I ain't go outside the box. In that case, I had to think outside the box to create my own box. To say like, nah, this the alter ego. This alter ego is gonna be strictly for this. this is gonna be strictly it. Just like how they say the office of the, that's how it is with the design of this innovation company. It's an innovation. Bro, the innovation of the nation. So that's why, again, we living by the seal, living by it. I literally live by it. The abundance, the crops, like everything takes off. Everything takes off. You know what I mean? Everything takes off. Like even where I'm at, this arrow is the entrance. It's a ditch in the form of this arrow. You feel me? When you come into the gates and you see the son is following the father. You know what I mean? He's following after his father. And if you look closely, he got the crown on his head. You feel me? Like how Moses did when he was 3. Y'all don't know that story though. Y'all don't know about Moses at 3 putting the crown of King Kianis on his head. Feel what I'm saying? You see the feathers? Now I've been gaining my feathers now. I got cardinal feathers. You know what I mean? I gain my feathers. It's a sacred process on how you gain your feathers. You know, they don't just magically, you know, nobody gives it. You don't go to the white man. You can't go to the store. No, you gotta be out there. You know, but I can't talk to you about how to gain your feathers as a chief. You know what I mean? And all chiefs, just like how they say all kings don't wear a crown, all chiefs don't have to wear his feathers. Damn sure you're not about to see me walking around here with no feathers talking about something. I'm like, them motherfucking, them Moors be flipping they damn, they tassels on they damn feds like they saw. They quiet on the crew. Yeah, but you will not be seeing me. You feel what I'm saying? Fleeking no damn tassels. Fuck, I look like, boy. Shit. Feel me? Like real talk. You know? I'm not that. I mean, that is not to take away from me being recognized and identified as a Moor. You know what I mean? But they not, it's just like with me being an alpha, like, I'm not wearing no, like real recognized, real. You could see I'm an alpha before, you know what I'm saying? I even walk in the room, you know what I mean? The primo de primo. Primo de primo. Feel me? The first of the first. Feel me? They could tell that. That's why we Aboriginal, because we the first of the first. And it's the first of the month. Do you got your rent? Represent. When I talk my shit, went into the bank and I walked out with mints. And that was my life savior. Right? Yeah. Ooh. That was my life savior. That was my life savior. I read my children the whole book of Isaiah. That's crazy. Tatted on me, bro. Against such thing, there is no law. Because we living by the law. That's why, like, when it say interference of the public peace, did it not say that? So when the cops, they come, this is what they do. They gonna antagonize you and say there's a lawful order. Like, bitch, you ain't got no order to give the law. You feel what I mean? Talking about it's a lawful order. Bitch, I should slap the fuck out of you right now, but I want to go back to my kids. Fuck you talking about it's a lawful order. I'm like, you feel me? I'm not about to risk my life, you know what I mean, because you disobeying the law. So that's a penalty that you gotta pay. You gotta pay the penal sum. We see what type of car y'all drive when you get out of the motherfucking damn agency vehicle. When you hop out of that shit. Some of y'all don't even got that to give. So we'll take your vehicle. It's a Ford Expedition. We'll take that shit. You feel me? As collateral for the damage. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's these niggas. You gotta just shut up and obey what they like. No, I don't obey nobody but God, my God. I ain't gotta listen to nobody but my God. And see, you talking to a brother that has stood before judges, right? With the police on the other side. You know what I mean? Playing offense, I'm playing defense. And it's 2 against 1 because the judge is on the same payroll that the police officer on. And I'm standing on my square, challenging the jurisdiction, knowing that they don't got it, but challenging it anyway. They can't prove it. Motherfucker gonna point at the damn United States banner. Oh, say, can you see? Bitch, you still ain't got jurisdiction over me. And I ain't never pledged no allegiance. You feel me? So when it's talking about privileges and stuff like that, they are granted privileges to be over here. That's what it's talking about. So you got to read it from a non-biased standpoint. You're not reading it to say that this is what we're going to follow. You reading it to say that, man, if you a Carolinian, you living by this. This is living. This is a living text. You know what I mean? That was recorded. It say the recorder. It was recorded because this is what we were orally doing. I want to just pause that and say, like, we're going to flip aura to my great-great-great-great-grandma, Aura. Her name was Aura Lee. So that was the oral tradition. Dorel, Orel. So that's of Aura. That's my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. That's my, I'm gonna be precise. That's my great, let me look at the pathway. Grandma, mama is my great-great-grandmother. Orly Malloy, born in 1899. That's the oral tradition. Feel me? So it say, see the eldest daughter, get the shit. That mean I'm rich. And I can't even touch the shit. Imagine you having bank accounts with 500 million in it and you can't even touch it. Why can't you touch it? Because the Creator wants you to practice discipline. You feel me? I could literally be the world's wealthiest man right now if I was able to touch the treasuries. But me being the God body is like, no, you go out here and like how these, you know how they say well, it was a show that used to come on where like these billionaires, they'd go just to random cities and with nothing and build back, and build from zero. They have zero in their bank account. They start from nothing and then start getting rich. That's where I'm at. That's all I know. Like, because, like, if I'm a billionaire, I got everything. Like, it's no point of living. I got everything. It's right there. But then when you live, it opens up the gap of opportunity that is limitless. I'm reading The Wealth of Nations right now, and I'm in chapter 5, and it's a tough read. But from what I observe is that it's talking about the cost of labor based off of the cost of commodities and basing the price points of the commodities based off of the labor, and the commodities having a median, which is money, instead of like the butcher going to the ale house and bringing bears on his back in order for, kegs of beer to go back. You feel me? Or going to the bar with a whole bear. You feel what I'm saying? And saying, I want to buy the whole bar with this bear. Like, the ale house can't do nothing with that bear. So a courteous is you going to sell the bear. You feel what I'm saying? The bear skin. And then you making the money off of the bear skin and breaking it down to pences. You feel me? Pences, sterlings, and pounds. That was our money system. Feel me? So you break it down to pences so you can still have, like, boom, you broke that mint in half. Now you split the mint and you still got 2.5 off of the 5. Feel me? So that's what I'm reading about in the Wealth of Nations now. It's like, well, how do you value what the commodity is? And so he was writing this in 1776, nearly a little bit over 100 years after this, 1669, 1670. You know what I mean? 107 years or so after. Now Adam Smith is writing The Wealth of Nations. You know what I mean? And that was 30, 6 minus 2 is 4. 24 years before the Coinage Act, right? 1792, right? No. 26 years, right? 16 years. 16 years the Coinage Act came out. 16 years after Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations. So it wasn't no definition. That's what he was talking about. He was like, well, we got these commodities, we got the money, we know what I'm saying? So now they define the weight, the actual weight. So I gotta go back and read that. Like, I gotta read that joint over and over and over and over again until I get it. I was reading it at the park with while my kids was playing at the park. I was sitting on the bench reading that joint, and I was in it. I don't have my glasses on, but so that was my understanding of chapter 5. And it was talking about buying labor, and I'm like, okay. And that's what they were saying, like, okay, the price point of labor. And he was saying that it's different based off of, the material. So the price point for, editing, some may pay $5,000. Or service, you got services basis, service-based businesses too. So like rentals and shit. And it talked about rentals in there too. And it talked about estate in chapter 5. Feel me? Pages 26 to like 27, 30, 26 to like 37. I'm on page 31. Because I'm a full-time dad, so like I couldn't read all, 20 pages at the park, and the kids got to go to school, and I got to bathe, they got to bathe, they got to ditch. Nah, y'all, come on, let's go. Y'all not about to, we're not about to be here to the sun until it get dark. You feel me? On a school night, no. So, had to put it up. The Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith, though. That's a good book. And that's where I'm at. Again, like, I'm living by this code. I'm living by it now in real time, literally. That's why I like reading, because it's like almost, how I'm getting tired. So I'm about to get off of here and get well rested. But you know how where am I going? How like now with the technology, you'll be thinking about something and then it come up on your timeline. Here's something that I picked on what they're doing. They're getting your emails and they're sharing when you apply somewhere, like let's just say you apply for a house in a company that you put the application in with, they take your email, share it with Instagram, and now they're taking their marketing material and sharing that to Instagram to their email database of all of the emails that they have. They maybe 8 out of 10 of the motherfuckers per 8 per 10, you feel what I'm saying, have Instagram. So now you applied and now you seeing all that stuff on there. But I'm letting you know, I thought about that today. I'm like, that's what they doing. Nobody told me, but I'm telling you that's what they doing, and that's actually genius as fuck. It's like, damn, you feel me? But they need the consent. You gotta have the consent form. But with, stuff like this, to read this shit, it's almost like they doing that to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this technology, and it's like, you think that this shit was written in motherfucking 1669, but really they motherfucking adapting it. They hearing what you saying, so when you open it up, they adjusting the words. I be thinking shit like that. That's how I do. As an author, that's how my books will be. That's how I'm like, they gonna be like, man, this motherfucker was talking directly to me like motherfucker knew what I was doing today. And then the motherfucker routed my whole route. Everywhere I went today, the motherfucker, I read about this shit and shit was in the book. So that's the type of writer I am, man. Y'all, again, I open with it. I'm gonna close with it. But go read one more from here. First one I see. The first one I see. All right. Of my words. The first poem. All right, hold on. Let's do this again. Oh, yeah. Goddess of Victory. Did I just see that? If I saw a Goddess of Victory, I seen this on a shoe, right? I saw that on a shoe and in North Lake Mall in Charlotte. I seen it. Oh God. I was like, that's a whole poem. And I wrote it that same day. I said, I'm like a dog on speak, but best believe I peep like a thief. You never knew, huh? So this language to speak Hebrew is for the few. Y'all popping bottles, I'm popping brews. Back to the grind, cause I want mine. While I'm here, when I die, I'ma disappear. But my words still gon' seep through your ear. No haircuts, I'm all for growth. Last week, IV went ghost, and Yeshua went to hell. Enoch seen the heavens, illusions, but y'all see the Illuminati. Money not in this secret society. Gold chain, cause they gotta make a name. Black on ownership, all we own is J's. Fade to black, godly. I can't be touched, can't preach cause the church cut. Can't preach to the church cause my wisdom too much. God, solid gold, stop being fooled. False prophets sitting in the pools. Pedestal, bamboozle, essence of moving in silence, and time is of the essence. New cycle 23, I'm rolling up tree. Knowledge smoked out. Clouds, I'm in heaven. I got the mic now. Can I keep preaching, Reverend? You came out the womb just like me, but you called upon because your divinity degree. Duke, Blue Devils, I'm on a new level. Harry, I'm a king. Monarch, no democracy. Turn the TV off, heard the earth sing vibrations that created you, created me. You think you got the power until I devour Holy Trinity, leg, arm, head. Muhammad IV. Holy Spirit speaking directly to me. Listen closely. Psalm 133. The beard of Aaron, unity. I can't preach though. No divinity degree.